So you're planning a trip to the US anytime soon? Then you're gonna wanna listen up. Airport rules, they're always shifting a little bit, but for 2026, there are a few key regulations that are being enforced way more strictly than before. And getting just one of these wrong could mean a massive headache at security. So we're gonna break down exactly what you need to know.
Here's a question for you. Is your packing routine, well, is it up to date? It's so easy to just assume that whatever worked on your last trip is going to be totally fine this time. But security screening has really evolved, and some very common items are getting flags now much, much more often. And believe me, the stakes are way higher than you might think. As one of our sources put it, knowing these rules is literally the difference between catching your flight and being pulled aside for a secondary screening. And we're not just talking about a 5-minute delay. This could mean confiscated items, big fines, or even worse, travel complications. No thank you.
Okay, so to make sure none of that chaos happens to you, we've organized everything into 5 key areas. These are the top 5 categories that are causing the most trouble for travelers at US airports right now. Let's dive right into the first one. All right, first up, lithium batteries. I know what you're thinking. I've been flying with batteries for ages. What's the big deal? And you're right. But what's changed isn't the rule itself, it's the enforcement. In 2026, the TSA is cracking down hard on this, and it all boils down to one thing: fire safety. Okay, so here is the absolute #1 thing you have to get right. Any loose or spare lithium battery is now strictly forbidden in your checked luggage. That means your power banks, those extra camera batteries, even the batteries for your e-cigarette, they all must go in your carry-on. The bottom line is simple. If it's a loose battery, it has to fly in the cabin with you, not underneath in the cargo hold, period. So here's what you need to do, like right now, before you even think about zipping up that suitcase. Go through your checked bag and pull out every single power bank and every spare battery. Move them all to your carry-on, and just make sure their little metal ends, the terminals, are covered so they can't accidentally touch something and short circuit. This is not a suggestion, it's a critical FAA safety rule. Okay, rule #2. This is a big one, and honestly, it catches so many smart travelers off guard. We're talking about powders in your carry-on. Now, this rule has been around for a bit, but the enforcement is now super consistent across all US airports, and it's become a major trigger for those dreaded extra bag checks. And here's the number you need to burn into your brain: 12 ounces, or about 350 milliliters. Any powder-like substance you have in your carry-on that's in a container bigger than this has to be taken out for a separate screening. It's kind of like the liquids rule, but for powders. And you'd be shocked at what counts as a powder. We're talking about your daily protein powder, ground coffee, spices, even things like baby formula or some cosmetics. If you leave a big container of powder buried at the bottom of your carry-on, it's pretty much a guaranteed way to get your bag pulled for a secondary search. The easiest fix? Just pack it in your checked luggage. Or if you must have it with you, have it out and ready to be screened separately. So a powder mix-up might cost you some time, right? But this one's got much, much bigger consequences, especially if you're an international traveler. This is a rule you really, really want to get right. This is the big number: $10,000. If you are carrying that much or more in or out of the US, you legally have to declare it. And this isn't just about cash. It also includes things like traveler's checks or money orders. You make this declaration to the Customs and Border Protection folks, or CBP. And please do not try to be clever about this. CBP is really cracking down on something called structuring. That's when people try to game the system by carrying, say, $9,800 just to stay under the limit. Guess what? The act of trying to avoid the rule is itself a federal offense. It's a huge red flag for the officers. And this is maybe the most important takeaway here. It is not illegal to travel with more than $10,000. It is illegal not to tell them you're carrying it. If you fail to declare it, they can seize the money, and it can cause you serious immigration problems down the road. It's just not worth the risk. All right, rule #4. This one's all about what you're bringing into the country, specifically things that grow. It's about protecting U.S. agriculture from foreign pests and diseases. And while these rules have been around forever, the tech they use now to find this stuff has gotten so much better, and enforcement is way, way up. You know that beautiful mango you picked up at a market on vacation? Or that piece of homemade cheese from a little village? It might seem totally harmless, but it could be carrying a tiny pest that could devastate an entire industry here in the U.S. So the rule of thumb is super simple. Check the USDA website before you pack, and when in doubt, just declare it.
A single apple that you don't declare can get you a fine of hundreds of dollars.
Okay, our final rule, number 5. We're shifting from what's in your bags to what's in your wallet or passport holder. And honestly, this might be the most critical one of them all, especially if you're not a US citizen. With all the new biometric systems at the border, any little discrepancy in your travel documents gets flagged instantly. So, here's your new pre-flight ritual. Think of it as a quick document audit you do before every single international trip. Pull out your passport. Is the expiration date okay? Check your visa. Is it still valid for what you're doing? If you have a green card, check its expiration. And this is a big one. Go online and check your I-94 record. That's your official arrival and departure record. Finding a problem while you're at home is a quick fix. Finding it when you're standing in front of a CBP officer, well, that can ruin your entire trip.
Okay, let's wrap this all up. Here is your super simple 2026 pre-flight checklist. Loose lithium batteries, they go in your carry-on. Powders bigger than 12 ounces, put them in your checked bag. Currency over 10 grand, you declare it. Foreign foods, check the rules and declare it. And your documents, you audit them before every single trip. As you can see, a little preparation makes all the difference.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. Look, anyone can throw stuff in a suitcase, but being a smart, prepared traveler, someone who breezes through security in 2026, well, that takes just a little bit more thought. And now, you know exactly what to look for. Travel safely,